Here we are. Awesome. Well, ladies, I'm so excited to have this conversation with you today. I've got two of our awesome Hera Hub members here. One from Hera Hub Carlsbad, Gwen Beren. Gwen, say hello.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see everyone.
Yeah, awesome. And then I have another one of our awesome members from Mission Valley, Hera Hub Mission Valley, Katrina Oko-Odoi. Did I say it even close to right?
Yes, that's pretty close.
Okay, all right. I'm working on it. Thank you so much. So, two awesome marketing content geniuses I have today, and I'm excited to curate a conversation between the two of you so you can get to know each other better and to our broader audience, so our other members in the broader community can get to know the two of you better as well. So Gwen, I'm going to start with you. Just tell us a little bit about your background and your current business, please.
Sure, absolutely. So my background was really in the corporate world, as a lot of our members' background is, and I was marketing manager in my previous life for a big corporation that specialized in internet marketing. And while I was there, I just really wanted to do things my own way. So I decided to start Illuminous Marketing, and I'm the CEO of Illuminous Marketing Inc. now, and I specialize in search engine optimization and social media management. And I started doing SEO about 10 years ago. I have a degree in photography, and my last class in school was a web development class where I started learning HTML and web design, and I just fell in love with the being able to tinker with things online and make magic. That's what it seemed like to me. So that was really how I got started in SEO, and then I've just continued to learn and consume all of the information that I can around SEO and social media that came a little bit later on. But that was really the genesis of Illuminous Marketing. And now I have a small team of contractors that I work with, and it's expanded beyond just myself, which is always very helpful because then I have other people to bounce ideas off of and use their wonderful skills. So that's the evolution of Illuminous Marketing and where I am today.
How long have you guys been in business?
I just celebrated 5 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I know that's a milestone for entrepreneurship, right? If you're
yes, you make it past 5 years.
Yeah. So that was an exciting milestone in September, and I'm looking forward to continuing to grow. I've got a lot of amazing projects, a lot of irons in the fire right now. So I'm looking forward to an exciting 2019.
Nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, awesome. I have a question, and then Katrina, I'll let you jump in here with any other questions you have for Gwen. Give us maybe an example or two of the types of clients you work with, Gwen.
Sure. So I work with a variety of different clients, but I have a lot of legal industry clients that include both lawyers and lawyer-related services like court reporting firm, e-discovery, those types of things. I also have a lot of clients that are around the real estate industry, both real estate brokerages, mortgage lenders. I have a real estate direct mail marketing company. So those are two areas that I have a lot of clients that are in the general industry, not necessarily lawyer specific or real estate agent specific.
Cool. Yeah. Any questions, Katrina, so we can get to know Gwen a little bit better?
Yeah, sure. So can you give an example of a current or recent project you've worked on, kind of the scope? Do you usually just do just SEO, or are you usually combining several services?
That's a great question. So I really try to look at the overall strategy and how SEO and social media, as well as other digital marketing elements, really fit together. So for instance, I'm working on a really great project for my real estate client right now, who is well known in North County, the Lund team. What really sets them apart, their value proposition, is that they're a community based and very community involved. So we are highlighting their community involvement, but also their support of local businesses within the community, and using that as a way to grow their audience as well. And also using that as a way to grow their local authority with search engines. So we're working on blog content that's talking about their top restaurants in the different areas they serve. So top 5 restaurants in Carlsbad, 5 hidden gems in Encinitas, those types of things, highlighting the local businesses, using those local terms to establish that local authority, and then also tagging those businesses on social media so that they generally share that to their audience. And then in addition to that, we're reaching out to them one-to-one. We've created some content that on their site, they have a feature that's a local directory. And so now when we reach out to the local businesses, we offer them free marketing on their website, which gives them a link back to the restaurant website, for instance, which helps with their SEO. But we are also building up that local directory content on the Lend Team website to give them more local authority, as well as to act as a really great resource for their clients who might be looking for different amenities within their community, you know, what restaurants are here, what parks are here, what beaches are here. So it's a campaign that benefits a lot of different parties, and both the user and my client and all of the small businesses that are featured. And we're incorporating that into Small Business Saturday as well, where we're asking on social media for small businesses to submit their information, and then we'll highlight them in a blog post for Small Business Saturday and help promote their business that can be supported. So we try to bring the campaigns together where they have multiple uses and serve multiple purposes, and try to work smarter, not harder.
That sounds great. That Small Business Saturday is a great idea.
Yeah, it was Melanie. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said it's also a good strategy for timely SEO, right?
Right. Yeah. Thank you. This was a joint brainchild between myself and my marketing coordinator, Melanie Sheridan, who is also a Hera Hub member and who I met through the Hera Hub community. So there's a nice little tie-in for Hera Hub as well.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, Katrina, I'm going to pass it back over to you to tell us a little bit about your background and your business.
Yeah, great. Okay, so my background is a little mixed, but it's primarily in academia. So I finished my PhD in literature a few years back, and as I had been working on my PhD, I had been working on the side doing freelance editing and writing. And in college, I had worked for a small marketing company. So I always have been a writer. I was published when I was, I think, how old was I? 11 for the first time, and have always enjoyed both creative writing and then more analytical writing during my academic time. And so I decided not to teach, and I'd already been doing freelance, so I already had some clients. And so my husband and I actually launched the business back in 2011. And so we're going on 7 years, going to be 8 years next year in business. And our company, Editing Worm, it kind of straddles both academia and business. But what I've really pivoted towards, especially since being a Hera Hub member in the past 2.5 years, is B2B ghostwriting services. And we actually created a sister brand called Content Worm, which we have the website up and everything now. It's a little bit of a work in progress, as I'm sure other entrepreneurs understand. But yeah, but it's just for us to be able to do more targeted marketing for our ghostwriting services. So basically we kind of market ourselves as a boutique content specialist or content firm. And one of our most popular services is a monthly blog article subscription. So companies that just need regular content to keep things fresh and keep their readers engaged, anywhere from 2 to 16 articles a month. And then we also, we occasionally will do some social media posts around the blogs, but we don't do like social media management or marketing really. But we really specialize in kind of thought leadership type content. So we write a good deal of long form content like white papers and case studies and ebooks as well. Right now, we're actually working with I guess he would call himself a leadership speaker. So he speaks nationally, and we're helping him ghostwrite a small book on leadership development that he can kind of use as his calling card. Self-publishing, but just to help him develop his voice and develop messaging that he can use to promote himself better. So we do a little bit of everything. Anything that's related to words or writing is kind of in my ballpark. And like you, Gwen, we have a small team now, a couple part-time staff and then contractors that work for us. So it's nice to have that extra support and not have it be all me anymore as it used to be.
Yeah. So what was the genesis, or what was the idea that sparked your idea for this new content worm business?
Well, we'd already been offering those services under the umbrella of Editing Worm, but if you go to our Editing Worm site, it's very academic oriented, and Felena even gave me feedback on that. She's like, you might want to think about rebranding if you're trying to target like businesses. So we kind of just decided to branch it off, and so we moved those same services into this new website, and this new website will allow us just to better represent what we're offering, and get a little bit away from the academic focus.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So for Content Worm, do you have specific industries that you would like to work with?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting when you were talking, because we do have a couple similar industries. We do also work with some legal oriented businesses. So primarily it's B2B businesses, small to mid-sized businesses. We have a couple B2C clients as well, but because we really focus on thought leadership, a lot of times it's very kind of niche content. We also work with a few wealth management companies, so kind of finance writing, legal writing, tech, SaaS. Also, we've had good success with actually some marketing agencies, not necessarily traditional agencies, but like specialists in strategic marketing or fractional marketing offerings and things like that. So a little bit of everything. And I love that because it just keeps it interesting having different types of projects to work on.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way in my business, to be able to, that's one of the things that I love about SEO, is that it's constantly changing. And so I'm constantly learning new things, and then also working with different types of businesses, the same kind of thing. You get to learn about new and interesting things that you never would have learned about otherwise.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, as content writers in, today's industry, we have to be up on SEO as well. So I am constantly learning and trying to keep up with the algorithms as well. And all of the content that we offer is SEO optimized, as far as, having at least a focus keyword and the title and the meta tags. So I think that's helpful. But we also, I'd love, Gwen, to talk with you another time about, potentials for partnering, because sometimes we'll do web content projects where we're doing all the content, but it would be great to have that SEO support with a more technical SEO to offer to our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have a discussion about that. And yeah, good content really goes so far, because as you know, SEO has changed so much, where you're not just writing to be found by search engines anymore. It really has to be connective to the reader and to your audience in order to, and Google's even gotten smart enough to tell when you're, writing content for a search engine versus something that a human would actually want to read. So good content.
Yeah, it's really quality. It's not about the keyword stuffing anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really just quality. And what I always tell my clients, writing content that solves your customers' problems, right? So that somebody might have asked that question and be looking for that answer, and really providing them some value in this content, giving a little bit away for free so that they can see your expertise and start kind of building a rapport with you virtually.
Yeah, absolutely. I even just did the business booster that I did. I submitted a blog to Hera Hub just last night. In fact, that was a recap of that. Yeah, a recap of the business booster, and it was talking about really trying to provide that content, just as you were talking about, that answers questions that your clients or your ideal target audience is asking, because and even just doing a Google search for one of those questions gives you so many content ideas of other related topics that people are looking for around that type of content. So it's their content and SEO go so well together now, and they're inseparable pretty much.
Agreed. Yeah. Do you have a favorite SEO tool that you use, like to do kind of keyword research or anything around that?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Moz's Keyword Explorer. They have just continued to improve that and make it such a valuable tool. When I realized that I didn't have to figure out how to make VLOOKUP equations in Excel spreadsheets anymore, because Keyword Explorer would just do it for me, I was like, every penny that I pay for this is totally worth it, because it just provides so much data. And I love that they show you what SERP features are showing up, so that you can see, is video coming up for this, or is it a map result, or it just gives you so much more data than the traditional keyword planner that so many SEOs relied on for years and years and years. So that's definitely my top tool right now. But I know that there's a ton out there. Do you use a tool for that?
Well, I mean, I've heard great things about Moz. I haven't bit the bullet yet, but one that I've been using lately is KW Finder. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I like it because they have autocomplete. I mean, we're not doing as much technical SEO, right? So it's just really looking for keywords. So you can ask a question and see what suggestions come up. You can put in one term and it'll come up with suggestions, and then you can see the how hard it will be to rank. I mean, it's pretty simple, but I just like the I guess the usability. It's really easy to navigate and to find good keywords.
Yeah. Keyword Explorer is a little bit more like technical, and the graphs and being able to prioritize and everything. It really appeals to my dorky sides. But you just reminded me of another awesome tool that I love that's great for everybody, and it's called Answer the Public. And you can type in a query, and then it gives you all of the questions that people on the internet are asking around that topic. And I absolutely love it. And it goes through all of them, the who, what, when, why, where. I mean, as long as it's applicable, but it gives you a circle of all these different types of questions that really is great ideas for content.
Yeah, that's great for brainstorming content also.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's got a really funny video of an angry old man at the beginning. So
that's awesome.
That's always fun.
I love it. I love it. Very cool. Well, you guys also have a few other things in common. You are both awesome, proud moms. Do you mind talking a little bit about your family?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll start. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and she is giving me a run for my money. She is definitely going to be an entrepreneur when she grows up, but she's a little leader. And my husband and I just it's so funny because she just exhausts us all day long. And then at night when she's asleep, we just sit and watch videos of her at the end of the day. So, it's been an interesting transition as an entrepreneur into mom life, and trying to find that balance of work and being a mom and family life. But it's, it ultimately helps you kind of, I think, set more boundaries for your work than I was doing before. It makes you kind of focus on self-care a little bit more. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying motherhood. And what about you, Katrina?
Yeah, so I have 2 boys. I have a 3-year-old son. He just turned 3 yesterday, Clifford, and then a 5, almost 6-month-old Ocean. So we are adjusting to the 2 kids now, baby and a toddler, it's quite the handful. I mean, I thought it was tough with 1 and 2. It's definitely, I'm just working on delegating more and putting even more boundaries on my time to keep my sanity and, really, really make family a priority despite owning our own business. I mean, I love the flexibility of owning our own business because I set my own hours. I can take the kids to the doctor in the middle of the day. We can decide to take a day off on Wednesday and go do something. But at the same time, then there's the emails late at night, or there's the phone call that comes in while I'm changing the baby's diaper, so it's a whirlwind, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah. And I've heard that when you add a second one, it's actually, it's not like going from 1 to 2, it's like going from 1 to 3, because all the
right. Yeah, it is. It's like you have a little tribe now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. That is awesome. I mentioned to Gwen right before you jumped on, Katrina, that you work with your husband, and what were your words, Gwen, about that?
Well, I was like trying to convince him to come on and do like AdWords for me, because that's not one of my more enjoyable parts of my business, but something that's necessary in a lot of cases. And he's not taking that bait.
So our question for you, Katrina, is how did you get your husband to work with you?
Oh, well, it was him. He convinced me to work with him, really. He's always been, I mean, we both have had an entrepreneurial spirit, I think. And we've both worked hard and always kind of hustled, for lack of a better term, working multiple jobs and just always having that drive and looking for something that's rewarding, and also to, support ourselves better and make money. So it was his idea to start the business when I was in grad school. And I was reticent at first because I'd worked for a small business owner, and I saw how it consumed her life. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And now here I am 7 years later, and that's exactly what we're doing. But it's worked out great. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I can't imagine working with my spouse. And we do spend a lot of time together, but we found a way to make it work. I think that our personalities and our skill sets really complement each other well. And I have Hera Hub, that's kind of my sanctuary. So sometimes when I'm, getting driven crazy at home, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Hera Hub for a few hours. And that brings me my sanity.
Yes. Mr. Hera Hub.
That's nice to hear. I love the quote, Hera Hub brings me my sanity.
Yeah. Put that on the wall soon.
Yes, exactly. I want to ask Gwen, because I had this conversation with Katrina just the other day, a couple days ago, about collaboration. You also up there in Carlsbad, Gwen, have done a lot of collaborating in the community. Will you share 1 or 2 quick stories of collaboration up there?
Yeah, 100%. Just today, actually, myself and Aaron Carpenter, who is the owner of Hidden Peak Interactive, were starting to film our 2nd season of the Voice Revolution show, which is a podcast and YouTube channel about how voice technology is affecting human behavior and what that means for businesses. And I say that we started recording season 2. We have season 1's content, and that's just being edited right now, so it's not released yet. But we're hoping to release all of it within the next month or so. So that's one example of collaboration. That's been a really fun project that we've been working on all of 2018. As I mentioned, Melanie Sheridan, who works with me, she and I collaborate on all of our clients. She's a wonderful asset, and helped me, and very brilliant in the world of influencer marketing and social media. And then I'm also working on a Build Better Websites workshop with Lori Kearns, who was a former ambassador and now a community member, and a third partner of ours who's out of Florida named Betsy, who does branding and graphic design. And we are running this workshop both in November to December of this year and also in January to February of next year. And it's really a hands-on boot camp where in the class, we're going to build an SEO optimized website for small business owners. So we're really excited about doing that. So I've just built so many fantastic relationships through Hera Hub and met so many people who do similar things to what I do, but really dovetail nicely with things that aren't my expertise. So, so those are my 2 big projects that I'm collaborating on right now. And then Melanie and I have been working together for going on 3 years now. So, so that's just part of what we also have, an accountability group that I'm a part of up there. And so, yeah, there's so much great collaboration happening up there.
Great. Yeah. I saw your flyer for Build Better Websites, and I was wondering who was behind it. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, that's me. We really saw a need for, especially people who are in like our community that don't have big marketing budgets, but really want that customized professional looking website, and also need to be able to think about the SEO for their website. But again, don't necessarily have, a couple $1,000 monthly marketing budget. And so this is really the opportunity to get in there, make that customized website while we're in class, and then also have resources in between the classes for, making changes and tinkering and things like that. And so you're setting aside time to work on your business, you're getting this optimized website that's customized, and you're also getting the knowledge to edit your own website instead of, having to always ask a web developer, oh, can you change this word, or can you change this picture, or something like that. So we really think it's going to be very valuable for a lot of small business owners, especially the people that just don't have a big budget but want to have that really professional presence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think being at Hera Hub, you run into the entrepreneurs that have that need, right? And it's not necessarily a perfect fit for, all of your offerings, but it's nice to be able to have something that you can work with them on. So that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, ladies, as we wrap up, any other questions or things you'd like to know about each other?
Are you originally from San Diego, Katrina?
Actually, I am. Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So I was yes, I was born and raised in Encinitas. I went to San Diego Academy. I actually did my undergrad at UC San Diego, and then I went up to Santa Cruz for part of grad school, and then came back down to finish it up. So I love California. I've ventured abroad and always come back to San Diego. So it's pretty. I feel like it spoiled me. It's hard to go anywhere else.
It's so true. I grew up in Penasquitos and went to Mount Carmel, but have lived in Chapel Hill and then moved back to San Diego, and then Lake Tahoe, and then moved back to San Diego, and then Savannah, Georgia, moved back to San Diego. I always end up back here because it's home, and it's really hard to beat San Diego.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully one of these days we'll get to meet in person, Gwen.
Yes, I'd love that.
Definitely.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for your time today, ladies. I appreciate it. It's been fun kind of eavesdropping on your conversation here, and hopefully we made a new connection for each of you, and excited to share more of your story out to the community.
Yeah, thanks for facilitating this, Felena. It's really a great idea.
Yeah, thank you, Felena.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hold on.